All right, guys. Now we're going to do the Initiators tier list for people who are stuck in ELO hell, so specifically silver to about low plat. Usually my videos are pretty controversial and piss a lot of people off, so this one might be no exception. I think this will be my least controversial one, though. I think my takes on this are pretty standard and not a lot of people will get too mad. So let's go ahead and get into it. So KO is going to be A tier. I don't think many people are going to argue that KO is just really solid overall. Especially in lower ranks, people are kind of a little bit more dependent on their utility because they're not as comfortable with their aim and their team play and knowledge of the game and just kind of everything along those lines. So being able to just take out people's utility so easily is really busted in low ranks. People will just kind of not know what to do. So definitely a really good agent to invest into. This one will be the least controversial take. Gecko is just kind of the GOAT. His utility is just very self-explanatory, very straightforward. Being able to reuse the things like his flash and everything is just really solid. His wingman is definitely what can carry him through ranks. People just being able to bait people with the wingman on the spike is just, there's so many things you can do with him that just people just don't really know what to do. They panic. If there is one character that you need to play from this list of agents, definitely invest in the Gecko. He's so good right now. I'm sure he'll get somewhat reworked at some point, but right now he's just too good. Okay, Silva is a tough one. Silva I want to put here, but I also want to put here. Silva is the main character in this whole list where you have to put outside practice into him in order to get the most value out of him. So being able to learn, some lineups and some spots. So maybe I'll throw him in B tier, just kind of cut it right down the middle. Even if you've never played Silva before, you can get a lot of value out of him just with how good his utility is. His information that he can get is just so good. Definitely somebody that you need to put some time into, but we'll put him in B tier. I really want to put him in A tier, but just because of how much outside knowledge you got to get in order to really capitalize on him, we'll put him in B tier. Fade, don't even waste your time. She's just not good right now. She's not in a good place right now. Her utility is just she's just a worse version of Gecko with her utility being able to be shot out. Her eye, which is what should have been the best part of her kit, I think will probably get a buff at some point to where it takes more bullets for it to die. She just doesn't really provide a lot of value right now. Even her ultimate, I think, is extremely weak. She's just not, I don't need to say too much about that. Just ignore her. Breach. I actually really want to put Breach in S tier, but the one thing that I think I'll have to drop him down to A tier is there's just some maps that he's better on than others. He can get a lot of value out of certain maps, but yeah, we're going to put him in A tier. People aren't good at reacting to his flashes at this rank. His ultimate really just screws people at this rank. He's just solid overall. He's just really hard to root against. I'm never mad if I see somebody lock him in. So yeah, definitely a good agent. You can learn some crazy spots with him. He's just solid. Sky. We're gonna also, I think, put Sky in A tier. Yeah, this is a really good. This is just a really good list of agents, honestly. So Sky is gonna be A tier. I think the best part about Sky is the amount of info that she can provide without having to sacrifice herself and her positioning and all that. So her dog being able to, just get a quick bit of info for either a duelist who's about to entry onto a site. She just provides a lot of info. Her flashes are still good. People try and say they're worse now, which they are. You can usually react to them pretty well. Some people just at this rank don't really notice them or whatever the case is. And then her healing, she's just the best overall. I think her ultimate is actually pretty weak. People will just see her ult go in this rank and not really know what that means, like if they should rotate or whatever. But as you get higher ranks, her ultimate is just insane, the amount of info that it provides. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this tier list. If you do want to see any of the others for duelists and all that, check out my channel. I'm doing a tier list for everybody for ELO hell people. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I really don't think this list is too controversial, but let me know your thoughts on it.